What's up, BoobTube? It's Josh here today, and today I'm going to go ahead and get started on something that I should have done a long time ago, which was paint my door cards in my car. They're LRB Speed door cards, and I'm tired of looking at all the oil stained fingerprints and everything else on them, so today that's what I'm going to do. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so obviously, first things first, got to pull my cracked and nasty looking door handle cover thingy off. Oh no! And then the actual window winder. And once that's done, then we can take everything inside out of the cold and paint it. Because it's, I think, like in the 30s out today. So we're gonna do all the stuff that needs to be done inside. Alright, let's see if I went and guessed on the right size. And I did not, so I'll be back. Alright, so got them out of the car. Now, however many that is, I think it's like 10 or something like that. Allen head bolts. You can see where I've pushed up against the car and stuff like that, or against the door with my arms, and where my elbow rests next to the seat and stuff when I don't have it up on the windowsill. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean it off with some brake clean, just wipe it down really good, and then come back across it with a dry paper towel, and then it should be ready to have its first coat. I'm gonna put some wrinkle black high heat stuff on it, since it's kind of got like a matte finish, and it shouldn't hold, like, if I touch the door, if I touch it and my fingers are oily or something like that, it shouldn't leave an imprint or anything on it, so it should be good to go for that. Alright, so I'm going to go grab some brake clean and clean this off, and when I come back, hopefully we'll be ready for some spray. Alright, so I gave it a good wipe down. Looks a little cleaner, but not much better. And with where this is going to be, you're not going to really be able to tell a difference, especially with the wrinkle. That's kind of why I went with the wrinkle, so that it hides a lot of the imperfections of what would be oils and stuff like that, and dirt that could possibly be underneath the paint. So I'm going to lay down the first coat and see how it goes. Alright, apologize for my heat. It's running, but there's both the door cards done. Stuff goes on pretty thick. It's the first time that I've ever used it, and it's got a really narrow spray pattern, so you have to make a whole bunch of passes across it. But it's designed for you to only have to do one coat. It actually says that if it doesn't wrinkle the way you want to respray areas that haven't wrinkled correctly. So by reading that, it sounds like it's only supposed to be one coat. But so far so good. They look great. Didn't spray my floor too much. Had an issue with the nozzle itself. It quit spraying. I actually pulled the little spray window out of it, cleaned it, put it back in, still wasn't spraying. Come to find out, all I needed to do was twist the head itself, and it started spraying again. So it must have just gotten clogged from sitting for just a few minutes. But anyways, it's supposed to be dry to handle in 2 hours, but it says to wait 24 to 48. So I will probably be putting these back on the car tomorrow, and I will show you what they look like at that point. But at any rate, they look pretty decent so far. There's definitely some areas where it looks like there's some dirt or oil that's keeping the paint from adhering to it, but other than that, I'm not too worried about it. Turned out good. It's fairly shiny. Hopefully it mats up a little bit. I wasn't looking for shiny, but we shall see. Alright guys, when I come back, these should be back in the car and be giving you a final look of what they look like. Alright, so I got 2 coats on it, and it didn't wrinkle up at all. And you can see there's some waves in it, but I'm not too worried about it since you're not going to be able to see it because there's not going to be any light that reflects off of it. But definitely needs to be above 60, 65 degrees outside for the wrinkle to really take effect. It's got a little bit of texture to it, but it didn't wrinkle up like it's supposed to. But anyways, gonna go ahead and get these put back in the car, and then I'll take some B-roll shots of it and call it good there. Alrighty. Alright, boob tube. Here's the finished product. Turns out looking pretty good. Pretty excited with it. You know, it's not perfect, but the car itself is not perfect. So why worry about it? It's just going to add some little bit of detail for me. That hole stripped. That's why there's not one there. But anyways, yeah. So here's some B-roll of it. Alright, boob tube. That's it for this time. Pretty excited with how they turned out, and yeah. Hopefully next time I'll be working on a rotary Miata. Alright guys. Remember to like, subscribe, do all that bullshit, and happy brapping.